whatever we do at home, it will affect and influence children mostly. Your children, they won't listen and follow you exactly what you say. But if you practice by yourself and without telling them, then it will influence better. That people will remember your action. Maybe they will come to you. Why? What do you matter with you? Other people is doing this, but you are doing something else. Why is this? I always scared when my children call me.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Today we are doing the second episode of the Barakah Block Podcast, a podcast that I started to help Muslim families, brothers and sisters get closer to the Quran by being more productive. Today's guest is someone who came to this country, the UK, in 1995, who raised two Huffadh in the West, and that is specifically in the West, not going to Egypt, not going to Saudi, raising them all the time throughout their whole childhood in the West. And that person is, I'm grateful for, my dad. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
How was your day today?
Alhamdulillah, it was great.
Yeah. So, in terms of your first question, just to kind of plot the podcast for today, what was your strategy when it came to mine and my younger brothers? What was your strategy when it came to our childhood? What was your main focus?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. My focus was mainly like to build up myself and my family like as an Muslim family. This is my main focus. So whatever I do, try to do be as a Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why when I thinking about my future children, so this was my one of the main target to get someone get married who is mainly help me to grow up my children and providing or helping to create a Muslim environment in home.
Mm-hmm.
Because whatever we do at home, it will affect and influence children mostly. So this is I try to get someone who can speak in English in local accent to help her or help me to develop my future children. So the easier, so she can communicate well.
Mm-hmm.
So this is I got someone who can speak in English. This is the first thing. Second thing, I try to uh, get or give some sort of the education or knowledge about Islam. So mainly I were always involved with people who are practicing Islam,
Mm-hmm.
learning Islam. So I try my best to get some knowledge while I'm working in the public sector instead of going to uh, institutional Islamic education.
Mm-hmm.
So I try my best to learn something Islam. Also, I help my wife to also learn and practice Islam at home.
So it's interesting because you mentioned a lot about environment, right? And making sure that not just us, your wife, our mom, she was making sure she was able to speak English and in the correct accent, basically. Uh, but a lot of people would ask, wouldn't the worst place in the world be to do that in the West?
It's not if you look at there is environment we are living. If you see there is a good environment on the bad side. So for instance, in here, if you wants to, you have freedom to choose how to live your own life.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of if you want to live a honest life, bright life, so no one can stop you. But if you go to the outside European, you can see there is a lot of problem
Mm-hmm.
in terms of there is a Muslim there, but there is a not environment. You don't have freedom there. You cannot free to choose what to do or free to do whatever you like.
Mm. So then the question is then, how do you make sure that we chose the right things? Obviously, there were times where you might have told me, for example, uh, act in a certain way, behave in a certain way, but I didn't want to. And obviously, as a parent, it's your duty, and obviously now that have become a father as well, that it's our duty to make sure that your child doesn't go down a certain path, right? How did you balance the freedom of the West and making sure that I chose the right thing, basically?
So basically, like the what I believe, like the uh, instead of what your character in influence you better. So your children or someone else, they won't listen and follow you exactly what you say. But if you practice by yourself and without telling them like that you are do right things, then it will influence better. This is why like the one of the quotation I remember Umar radiallahu anhu say, spread the Islam without talking,
Mm,
like the by your action. So this is like the people who will remember your action
yeah.
and then realize that like why these people are doing this. Maybe they will come to you, why what you the matter with you, other people is doing this but you are doing something else, why is this?
Mm.
Then you can get some opportunity to explain better. And this is how, like the if you look at the Islamic history, Islam was spread not by fighting, not by force. It was by character. Muslim businessmen or Muslim professionals. They did sometime went there for business or they went there.
Mhm.
But if you look at in here, people are here maybe economic purpose, but they are. They say we got some opportunity while I'm working. Instead of speaking, if we present like the example, it will influence better than the way we're speaking.
So, following on from that, then, inshallah, what was your specific kind of input when it came to making sure we had good examples in our lives? So, you mentioned already that you yourself, you tried to be around people that you deem to be better than yourself. What does better really mean?
So mainly like the what I try my best, like the whatever I learn,
Mhm.
I practice myself at home. So I always say people like the you need to maintain one standard. Yeah.
Mhm.
So when you go out, the the standard. When you are in house, you should be maintain same standard.
Yeah.
But you can see or you can see a lot of people. Some people are there go to work one standard, go to mosque another standard, their home another standard. So this is why like the when children see the like a different variation of standards, they get confused and they don't trust you.
Mm.
But if your children see like the when you are at home, whatever you do, whatever is your mentality, whatever your character, when you go to mosque, it is same. When you
Mhm.
go to work, it's same. So they will see like the what you are saying, what you are doing everywhere same.
Yeah.
Yeah, not contradictory, and it will influence. This is like what I'm trying to explain or show my you guys. Like
Mm.
the instead of telling you do this, maybe I what I did like the when I go to mosque, even younger, I take with me to the mosque.
Mhm.
Like that, I can see that you and Yusuf, like that, you are both sides. Then sometimes people must because I was lucky. I always live by Islamic mosque long time,
Yeah. Yeah.
so it was easy to take. And also, and mosque is so many ways better. Like that, you see the environment there. Can you are you, as a children you get meet with so many people they are like a scholarly or professionally higher standard, and you get like the sort of is some you get some example from outside.
Mhm.
And also like that we try to give same message or give support whatever you need it. Yeah.
So for example, we were very blessed to live in a majority Muslim area with masajid everywhere. We've got like five different mosques all down the road from us. Would you say that that was very, very important for you, or do you think that, for example, if we lived in the middle of the UK, in just with not many
so,
Muslims around us,
so mainly like there is one thing make sure like if you are living in nearby mosque is better, but if you don't have it still like that you can make your home as a mosque.
mm,
Like I said, what I always try my best, like when I'm praying at home, I when I didn't have, like, before you are born, I always pray with my wife. Yeah,
Hmm.
so we pray Jama. Then when you like the I got you and Yusuf, so I try to even pray together. When I am praying at home, try to accompanying me
Hmm.
to pray together. So even we are playing, but still this was I did not tell you, because if I say something,
Hmm.
so and you are seeing it, I'm doing it.
So you're saying that you kind of, this is when we were very young. Obviously, I don't remember this. So
Yeah, it's
this is when we
young.
were young,
Yeah.
like babies, maybe toddlers, and we would pray with you, right?
Yes, say for instance, even when you can walk, I can remember I went to the Islamic mosque and breaking my fast.
Mm.
We were not fasting, but still I did iftar together on in the corner of the mosque where just even three of us.
Yeah, yeah,
And sometimes people will say you are my bodyguard. It's like the people treat also
yeah.
they knows everyone, and they always give attention.
Mm.
So this is how if you like I said, if you take that also the same time, if I am not there, if they know you, so they can also keep an eye on you.
Hmm.
This is what happened. There is a
They say like you need to raise a child, you need a whole village rather than just a household, right?
not only you,
Mm.
say for instance, you need to involve other friends, because if your friends are same level or better,
Hmm.
it is like a good opportunity. Like I always try to make a friend someone better than me in terms of not money wise, character wise, knowledge wise. So this is why I will take them, and they will what is called interconnection. They
Hmm.
talk to you sometimes they did something better than me. So you always not picking up from me.
Yeah,
You are always get opportunity to learn from other peoples who are better than.
yeah. SubhanAllah, it's true because I was saying this to a friend of mine recently that going to Cambridge and being around people that were better than me, it opened up my horizons so much.
Yeah.
And I remember before going to Cambridge, I didn't want to go. And obviously, you, a couple of elders in the community and stuff, they pushed me to go for that main reason, to be around people that will make you realize things that you haven't been able to realize and comprehend before. And I think for example with like children especially, that every single time, for example with Suleiman, my son, that when he goes and explores some certain things, every single thing is brand new. It's amazing for him. Basically, it's not, he's something that he's never seen before, but slowly he gets accustomed to something, and like he keeps pursuing different things, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So in that sense, that with children, how do you make sure that they are, keeping on the, and I'm specifically saying when they become a bit older. So as a child, it's quite easy, they're around you all the time. They are, you know they sometimes, for example, some children are homeschooled, they don't really ever go outside to school. Our younger brother's homeschooled. When they grow a bit older, how are you then making sure that they are with the correct friends, with the correct kind of environments and stuff?
So the initial one thing I got one method I always say is I follow it in my home, at work. Then is there is a the three type of strategy.
Mm.
One is you can follow. One is you can lead, and another one in between following and leading.
So
So
what was this strategy
what
for?
again? So these are in here. Say for instance, sometimes if I can lead
Mm.
someone. Say for instance, if I can lead my children or my wife or other people, I try my best to lead best way. And if I see no, they are not. Sometimes they won't take your leadership. Yeah. So in that case, I will back up. Yeah, I back up and follow it. Follow them.
Mm.
Then because always most people like to follow it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are happy to follow someone. Somebody other people follow them. They feel like this. So in that case, what I do, I follow them. But while I'm following, so I try to make it's called from behind.
Mm.
So if they are going right way, I just try encourage them, yeah, and I also help them following them. And if I see they are not going right direction, what I do, so because maybe in the beginning I say, okay, explain, okay, this is not right way, you need to change it. If they take my advice, then it's fine. If they don't take it, still, like some most people, what they do when they give advice and people don't listen, they go away.
Mm.
But my pattern is, my strategy is, I'm not going away. I will, if you don't still listen, don't listen to me, don't take my advice, I will stay behind you. And some point, like what happened
Oh, so what does that mean, staying behind? Is that constantly advising,
no,
or?
it's not like a say for instance, I already advised you, and I will also already explain to you what is the consequence will get facing.
Mhm.
So I know what will happen. So I'm wait for that situation they fall in, on that time, then my opportunity come to use my advice.
Mm.
So at that time, when they are in a situation they need help,
Mm.
then if I am there, they will listen to me. I can help them. And that time, like that, I can uh,
Yeah,
rescue them. Then there, I got my uh, like position there.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So at that time, they will appreciate what I said before, and now because I help them, is get more closer.
yeah, yeah. Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying,
So every situation has different types of scenarios that you have to act in different ways, right?
yeah,
So, like, obviously, the teenager, you can't treat the teenage child as the baby, and you can't treat the toddler like a preteen, right? So what you're basically saying is that with the teenager, especially because they feel they're more independent, they
yeah.
need to be, a lot of the times they think that adults, and perhaps they may not be in terms of intellect, but they feel it in their hearts, right?
Yeah, so mainly like it's not intellect. Maybe they got intellect,
Mm.
but they don't have experience.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough.
So it's like that. I need to understand like sometimes in to apply the your intellectual why when.
Hmm.
If you will apply your intellectual early, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
You have to wait for the like the situation or then you can use it. It will be perfect.
Did you ever get frustrated, like thinking to yourself, if you only listened to me, this would have been so much more easier?
It's not like no what I am saying like that because of the I got like the training education and like from my professional training.
Hmm.
I got training from like a voluntary work,
Hmm.
and I got like the training from my academic background. So I try to uh, combine all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is why like the sometimes though now I make it like the three of the sector make one place, and like the I need to use like say for instance I always think like the is like if someone is 15 years old. So I will always, when I'm dealing with the say 15 years old, I think like on that 15 years old, how I was thinking
Mm.
and how was my mentality and what happened and what that happened like that. I try to be remember and all the time like because on the what I did and what I could do better now. So I can make this situation and just try to give advice
Mm.
accordingly.
So on that, isn't it difficult, for example, because your upbringing was different from mine, and my upbringing is different from my children's, inshallah. But when you, for example, in your teenage years or in your childhood, you, for example, you didn't have social media, you didn't have phones, you didn't have internet, for example,
Yeah.
and then now you're raising a child in these scenarios, which perhaps you didn't know how to navigate. For example, like sometimes you may not know how you used a phone, and now I know how to use it,
Yeah,
right?
but see, like that, I come to you. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm.
that, because I don't know, but I try because I know the situation I am facing. So I have to be because you, as you said, like you are better and educated for this thing.
Hmm.
So I am to come to you to get this knowledge, and all the same time, like the I can we need to have a sort of balanced approach.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like that, if I use it, then I know what is the situation, but I can when you are using it like that I can see some your behavior why you are doing it because I'm also there.
Hmm.
So and that's some like that I always uh, instead of telling you I just have I know you what you are doing.
Mm.
Yeah. And because of your character, because of your behavior, it give me some sort of hints like what you are doing. So I try. I will. I what I do like sometimes because I'm following you because at the now, as I said, like as a young or you are now adult, yeah, and you are freedom. You have freedom, and you want sometimes I know better situation. It's fine. I respect that, but I need to be like it's called like that is a I give it the rope. You got a rope in
Mm.
your waist, and I got one hands is just invisible.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm for pulling like that. Sometimes I warning you by word, or sometimes I go and push you. This is the way different way. This is how I'm doing. This is
Mm.
how I always is effective.
Do you feel then, for example, that there were some times when where you couldn't do anything, like you just had to let me be, and obviously you make dua and you do your advice, but at the end of the day, it's my choice.
Yeah, my your choice, but I respect your choice. But what I'm saying like that, I always have to stay behind.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't like me to
Mm.
behind, yeah.
Yeah,
But maybe I will be so little bit far away. But that way, so if when you want me, since sometime like that, you see, you are in, the people. I always like that scared like that when my children call me. You know what I'm saying? The reason I
yeah,
am because maybe they need something.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't listen. But when they are not calling me,
yeah.
I'm happy because they are not, they are safe. They don't want. But when I get someone call me, this means I got something like there's
There's
trouble.
something to be anxious
Yeah.
about.
So this is like I have to be mentally prepared,
Mm.
listen to them, and try to give some advice, whatever I needed. So I'm
Yeah,
saying,
yeah,
they like sometimes I need to hear, but I didn't act immediately. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
by
yeah.
sometimes uh, maybe when I got one to one, this best way to advise. It's
Mm.
not advice. Like sometimes I could say the way is like the I was brought up. Like the sometimes it's not advice. Sometimes like get attention, seek
Mm.
attention. You know what I'm saying? Seek attention. So sometimes I'm there. I'm just giving like a hints, like you're seeking attention. If you need me, I'm here.
Yeah.
Or maybe I can. And I also try to always make sure like that. I my case, I got some capacity. I always said this is my capacity. I cannot do more than this.
Hmm.
Yeah. So and they are able to do is be also like that. I don't go beyond my capacity. It
Mm.
doesn't matter whatever you press me, you won't go. I am not going away. Maybe this is like people. Sometimes most people don't like me because I don't give like uh
You don't sugarcoat. You don't sugarcoat.
like that. I don't. I keep my capacity within under hidden. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but I always keep little bit lower than my capacity.
Mm. So I have a memory of me asking you this, like maybe a year or so ago, about football,
Mm.
and I was asking. Uh, I remember asking you so many times, "Let me play football. Let me go join a football club. Let me go and become a better footballer." And you'd often say, "No, go and focus on your health." And you said to me something that was like quite interesting, and I still remember it. You said to me that you would always go after the things that wouldn't give you anything and you weren't good at, and you used to neglect the things that you were good at, and meaning
Yeah. So
yeah,
the like what happened right there. I my understanding like this is the if you look at like that what you Allah have given you, you won't find this something no one else.
mm,
Yeah, I got something Allah didn't go speciality. No one Allah give anyone. This is why like uh, I always ask like that because Allah sent Quran to us. Yeah, to our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. But he read, he studied because the capacity he was given. But what we are doing it like we are like such a way is a stigma. No, I'm not a good at audio. But
so
again,
explain that. Explain that. I don't understand what
okay,
you mean
so
by
mainly
stigma.
like there is a Quran
Hmm.
is like the message individually from Allah to us,
Yes.
all human being. Yeah. So if you read it, then you will see like a what message to you. No one would like if you what I did like say for instance from childhood to still now. I try my best to like read Quran just directly. Then I go people different level. Yeah. And when I hear it or listen to their advice, I can see what is the link because I know the Quran,
Mm.
maybe not the exact explanation, but when I hear like the maybe 10 scholars, yeah, then I can see, I can compare this my the source, Quran.
Mm. Mm.
Quran is my source, but then when I listen to 10 people's, it will help me to get the right message. I
Mm.
can see within 10 people which one is better. You know what I'm saying? Not like the best.
Mhm.
Like someone is saying like because he's explaining his level. 10 people using 10 level.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I can see which one I can take from this. This is within 10 one. And it is like that I always try to the clear, easier. Islam is easy, not for hard. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I have to go that level. So they like that if you I always say like that even everybody needs to read Quran, then go to the scholar.
Mhm.
Read Hadith, go to the scholar and see like the it will be easier for you, right understanding. But if you don't read Quran, if you don't read Hadith, and if you go to the scholar, you are always
Mhm.
confused.
So your point when you were mentioning about the difference, like choosing football or any other kind of hobby between Quran and football, for example, that was a big thing. Uh, I think the point being is that you needed to focus and not just be, scattered everywhere, not having
Yeah,
uh, unfocused, being like a jack of all trades, basically. You're decent at football, you're decent at Quran, you're decent at everything. You don't want that. You want someone who, for example, well, you trained us to be focusing in one thing for a few years, then moving on to another thing, moving on to another thing, and becoming someone that's all rounded in that way, rather than being split in focus. Am I correct in that?
yeah. So remember what I'm saying like the sometimes you need to understand like the you can see something if you start it, you find easier. Yeah. So first thing there okay, you can achieve this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then say for instance like that when you were like that I used to like we did exam. If you go to the exam, so what I did like that which one is like easy, I start first. Then finish. Then finally I start a hard one. And if I fail it, leave it there. Fine. But if I spend waste my time fasting hard one, then like the when it like a time I maybe because I is harder, I spend my whole time and then when it's not time for the easier
Mm-hmm.
one.
So take the things as they come, basically. Whatever's easy for you,
Yeah,
master it, and go on, move
yeah,
forward, basically
yeah.
like that.
So because say if you easy means like the because Allah gave you this one is easy for you
Mm-hmm.
because it was meant to for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like so no one can be uh, so many people you can see trying to pay, people spend that to get hips or become a hafiz. Yeah. But no, not everybody Allah gave them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Some people they just make it easier for them. Some people do it quickly and
Some
some
people,
like
yeah.
it's very harder. Yeah. So this is like the, you need to understand also like the you get easily get like the famous or whatever not famous easily like reach other people but some people cannot reach easily
Rich
reaching like it's getting other people in your let's say reaching
influence.
not reach the
Yeah, yeah.
reaching out
Mm-hmm.
other people
Yeah.
so it will be easier for you
Mm-hmm.
because Allah may mean to for you
So,
yeah
so you're saying that it's easy to influence other people, basically.
influence other people because Allah make it easier for you
Mm-hmm.
yeah because the when I am saying like that I explain to you like that because I observing for my own observation because you are not because sometimes Allah Quran in the Quran said something you like it
Mm.
but it's not good for you
Yeah.
Something you like it, like the you does not like it, but it's good for you.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the like the you need to, and again I can say as a, like the from born, like it's a, I see you,
Mm.
yeah. So I know the like the your uh, capacity. I know your what is called
Temperance.
whatever potential, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see like the say for instance if you are football, I can see like that when you go you do accident, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I said, but when you're reading, you go to like the easily. You
Mm.
can say for instance if you sometimes like you follow your own style, yeah, yeah. But you know the like the
Style of what?
style of learning, style of finishing work or
Mm-hmm.
anything. Sometimes he likes hard way, yeah. But sometimes like the is you got some other style easier way. But no one tell you when you
Mm.
don't experiment. So my way of always like the I experiment like the so many things. I always like the not only one thing. I experiment different way, different people like the when I'm working. Yeah, I read a writing report.
Mm-hmm.
I can see so many reports. Then I from that I see like which one is uh, easily understand, easily presentation. I follow that way. And then try to improve it. And also, like I said, I a little bit adjust as I said, like when you're working with people, because you are not living on your own,
Mm.
you are living with other people, other environments. So what you need to do, you have to compromise.
Mm.
If you don't compromise, you will fail. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
So you mentioned the ayah فَعَسَىٰ أَن تَكْرَهُوا وَعَسَىٰ أَن تَكْرَهُوا شَيْئًا وَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ and the ayah carries on that you may dislike something but it's good for you.
Yeah.
So how did you do you think that you instilled that in us, the idea that you need to be used to doing hard work and like being able to do something despite how much you dislike it because it's good for you? Do you think you've
The
done
what
that?
I always like the sometimes because I don't say in the beginning, I will let you. What I'm saying like that, I let you do something
Mm,
and see how you are doing it. Yeah,
mm,
and then also see how you are taking it. So for instance, like if I see you are doing well, you are reaching your goal, then I don't mind. I just don't need to say it. Yeah,
mm,
but if I see you are trying wrong way, but you are not getting it, and that point maybe I take little bit come forward to talk to you.
mm,
So at that point, like sometimes again you like it, you know what I'm saying? So maybe you won't take it. But still I explain to you, I leave it. Maybe you could change mind.
mm. So it's interesting for me because I don't know where you came up with your. Obviously, I wasn't there when you were a child. I wasn't there when you were forming your ideas, your beliefs when you're growing up. So, a big thing that I notice is your belief in the freedom to choose. Right, and we've talked about it already a lot in this podcast. So, where did that come from in terms of why do you believe that? Because a lot of example parents say, and we've seen it that if you don't do it, you're going to get hit, and if you do it, good. That's what you need to do.
Okay, so mainly like the what happened, I was uh, grown up in a remote village. Yeah.
Mm,
So mainly like I did so many things like there is danger. Maybe well, I put in sometimes danger in myself.
mhm,
Like the and also like I was going everywhere, like swimming in the river, swimming in the pond, swimming in the lake, climbing the like the trees, or is your no one can go. I can climb the trees.
yeah, yeah.
Sometimes people go and complain my father in the market. Look, I saw your son is there, like when he come. So because of this, it like the I got like the problem. So this is like sometimes, and also like the I was like a little bit. The village I live, there is no actually good primary school.
Mm,
So I had to cross a river, go another primary school. So that means I have to go walk by myself. I have to walk to there, come back. So it was like the another let's say class 4 to like the another 6, 10 years. So it was like I was independent.
Yeah.
So independent, I have to like the when it's flood, during the flood I have to go to school. During the rain I have to go to school. During the storm I have to go to school. During the
Yeah.
sun, so
So the independence and the freedom that
is
you
it
had
that
at
time
that
also
time.
like the no one can control me. This is the one thing. Another thing like that. If I want to do something, no one can stop me. I did it. Maybe I was beat up. Yeah, I beat up. Then this come like that in Bangladesh. This is like I say in here sometimes. If like that one now I say people like don't beat up or don't force them,
Mm.
because if it is a war, then all the cows and goats in Bangladesh get become like the uh, scholar,
Yeah.
because the way they treat them, they if the treat beat the cows and other things, they
Mm.
also beat the student. We are treated like this.
So I think Sheikh Yahya Ghothani, I'm not sure if you know him, we were in one of his lessons and he was teaching us how to teach. And he said that hitting is it's not a tool to teach, it's a
Yeah,
tool to upbringing. He said
scaring,
it's a something
scaring.
tarbawi. He said something tarbawi. I forgot the words that he said that الضرب ليست he said it's not for learning. It's not for the teacher, but it's for someone to upbring, meaning to keep it, obviously Islam,
Discipline,
yeah, discipline.
discipline in it.
It's
But problem
allowing
is like
it's,
you can discipline just like the very in front of you,
mhm,
but they won't behave behind you.
mm,
So this way like that if you need to speak to them, like you have to speak nicely, softly, gently. This way like that is the one of the prophet's quality. Allah said, appreciating the Quran. فبما رحمة من الله لنت لهم ولو كنت فظا غليظ القلب لانفضوا من حولك فاعف عنهم. Yeah,
mhm,
what does it mean? So say Allah said like that. It's a it is a blessing of from Allah that you are gentle. And then what is he beyond? Allah said, explain further. If you are not gentle or if you are harsh,
mm,
then the people are surrounding. They won't go away from you.
mhm.
So then what is saying like the then he said like the فبما رحمة من الله لنت لهم ولو كنت فظا غليظ القلب لانفضوا من حولك فاعف عنهم far from the Bible
Astaghfir
calls it
lahum.
the what was saying like Allah saying like the you need to, and if they do mistake,
Mm,
when the people are around they do mistake, what you need to do, forgive them and pray for them.
mm.
And you need to also, they are doing
وشاورهم
mistake,
وشاورهم
so
في
feel
الأمر.
amri, you need to consult, do with them. So this is like the very good the universal quality of leadership.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so this is the like the gentleness uh, of like the overlook the mistake, asking for forgiveness. So your companions or children, see again another as ayat I said like that maybe your children or what, they will do mistake, but still forgive them,
Mhm,
because if you want to for Allah forgive them, but this, leave it like this.
mm. Even the Prophet ﷺ, he mentioned that the best of leaders are those who the people love and he loves the people.
Yeah. So then like if you like the gentle, this is the
Mm,
one thing people like the remember it,
mm,
and this is the like people come back to you.
mhm,
So if you like if they do mistake and if you forgive them, they will come back to you, because there are always people do mistake and they're scared like oh my god, if I go back what will happen.
yeah.
And if they feel like that if I do mistake he forgive is he won't tell you off or something. This is the how like the I remember this, doesn't matter. So and I always like at home I do work. So like most of the people like the what they do when they go to work, they follow one standard, but when I come home they forget it.
Mm,
But my point is like if I can do something for public, so why can't I do same thing for my own
mm.
family for things? You
Meaning,
understand?
so just to say that properly, like meaning if you are doing something for the public, then do it for your family.
Yeah. So this is like they are most deserve that. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So they like that. I always say like some people are indoor very think outside they are nice. Most if you go to mosque they are nice.
Mm,
So I try my best like the do same thing and it was like the works for me. So it's
mm,
like I can see someone like the curse me, but the later I found like they come came back to me for asking for help.
mm.
So it's fine. I don't mind.
So the same applies to children, us as
Yeah.
well.
So mainly like the what is my point like the maybe they are behaving harshly, but again ignore it.
Mm,
Yeah, ignore it, but maybe advise them. But when they come back, take them back. Don't
mm.
need to remind. Look, you did this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
So
so what would be your advice if, for example, there are brothers and sisters watching who have children, they want to have and raise them to become Huffadh? What would be your advice?
so mainly like that is in first thing like that facilitate them and don't like the do
So, what does
appreciate.
facilitate mean? What does facilitate
Facilitate
mean?
means like the get someone to you need to help. Like first thing like the as a if I don't read Quran,
Mm,
yeah, if I don't try to memorize or some little bit, yeah, so then I cannot ask my children, yeah.
mm-hmm.
So say for instance, sometimes the way I try to memorize by forget, but still I'm trying, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So but you know that sometimes maybe I get some impression that like, I like to memorize it, yeah. I am trying it, and you need to do it.
Yeah.
Then the like the you will get inspiration from the your home. As a parents, you need to do something like you are trying to do some memorization, some fifth at the same time, like that you can help them,
Mm.
give them like a send to the mosque or whatever.
Yeah, no, subhanAllah, I've actually heard children where their parents will say to them, "Oh, children that I've taught basically, their parents will say to them, "Oh, go pray Salah. It's time for Salah," and the child literally goes to their dad and says, "Oh, but you don't pray Salah, so why should I?"
Yeah, so they get what I'm saying. So you need to see like the show the example like look, I'm not sending you only,
Mm,
I'm also learning.
mm,
So I'm more learning, you learn, and like the say for instance, sometimes learn together. Yeah. So this will be and also like the if they are doing well, appreciate it. If they don't do well, still like the you need to don't discourage them or don't tell them off.
What about if someone is who they don't know how to recite properly? They struggle a lot. They didn't have that kind of education when they were younger. What about them? How are they meant to go
They
about?
still like the what happened like that. This Quran is one thing like that. If you don't read, but you have to do it.
Hmm.
Yeah. So you have to try it. At least if you try it, then you can at least say to Allah, okay, I tried it. I'm trying it until death. So this is the one thing like they need
So is
to
this something that you have to do every day or once a month?
every day, constantly until death. You
Mm.
cannot stop it. Whatever, maybe you are not achieving whatever achieve, yeah, but still like the what is the says like the hadith is like the those who read easily they get one reward,
Mm.
and they find harder they got two reward.
Yeah.
What does it mean? Like the door easy they need to do it, but if you are getting harder or getting difficult, you will get more rewards. So you cannot stop. This is like the Islam is something. Allah is like this. Like the you need to. He likes to come back again. If still you are failing, doing mistakes, still come back.
Hmm.
And he Allah loves that way.
Yeah, it's true. So you mentioned facilitating at home, meaning the parent has to be reading the Quran, memorizing the Quran, having a connection with the Quran, even if it's small,
Yeah,
something
yeah,
every day.
yeah.
That's important. What about outside the house? You know, for example, they are, looking for teachers. I've seen a lot of the time. Many parents will go and look for the perfect teacher, the perfect mosque, the perfect everything. Basically, what do you think about that?
It's not perfect like that. You need to fast thing like that. If you, as a parents, you need to try, and then if your children or son or daughter is trying, they will achieve it. But you need to first thing you need
So
to
so
see.
so you're saying that irrespective of the teacher, if your child is doing the effort, they will do it
Yeah,
eventually.
yeah. So that because like, if your child is not doing anything or parents not helping,
Mm.
that means it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So say for instance, like I can remember like the one point you like the you finish it, but you are not you were reluctant to like the revision.
So when I finished my hifz, I didn't
Yeah,
want to
yeah, yeah.
revise. Yeah.
So what I did like you don't want to accept is fine. So you have to do at home.
Hmm.
Yeah. So if did for a few days, then you find someone because you are willingly then instead of coming to me, you get somewhere. You then we want to Saturday, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So you're talking about after I finished my hifz, I eventually I decided to do it myself, and then I took it upon myself to go and find a teacher that I
Yeah.
enjoyed going to and
So
stuff.
mainly like the way is like if they don't do go to the mosque,
Hmm.
maybe you are as a parents you need to start doing it.
Start doing what?
Start helping to like that you are memorizing. You know, every parents knows something. Like say for instance, if I am Allah gave me like the ability like from childhood. Yeah, I was learned from because our village has a Hifz madrasa,
Hmm.
Aliyah madrasa. So we are brought up after born. We saw like one of the Hafiz in my house. So
Hmm.
we are wake up and go to them and learn Quran
Hmm.
until yeah. So always still there we got madrasa
Yeah.
there. Yeah. So
It's
what?
interesting because there's a book out there. I think it's called Unfair Advantages or something like that. Something like that. That everyone, no matter what, has a privilege that they have that no one else can have. And that's one thing that you mentioned. Other parents, for example, may have access to money and they can pay for good tutors. Other parents, they live in a good location where they live right next to a masjid with a very prolific imam and stuff like that. So everyone has that kind of advantage
Yeah.
basically, and they need to use that to their advantage.
Yeah. So because we had like one of the Hafiz was the lodger in our house.
A lodger.
Lodger
Hmm.
because they are because they don't have any residential home. So every family take one of the Hafiz or student from Aliyah Madrasa as a
What's Aliyah Madrasa?
Aliyah Madrasa is like the is Hifz just Hifz. Aliyah Madrasa is like they teach like the Arabic
Alimiya.
language, fiqh and
Mm.
other things. Yeah,
Aliyah mean higher.
not higher. It's just like that is a they don't do Hifz.
Alimiya.
Yeah, Alimia.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
So these are like they have got different school. Hifz means they just only do Hifz. Yeah. So we learn from we saw how they are memorizing
Hmm.
and we also try to like the yes but one thing like that because I was anyways initially like it was intention to become a hafiz or like but my parents didn't like it
Mm.
because there was because I was the good student so I had to be like the be a doctor or something like this but anyway so uh but
So you mentioned first thing is making sure that you have the structure at home. Uh, do not be too stressful. Do not stress yourself out as a parent too much about the type of teacher or who is focused on the basics, and everything else will fall into to
yes,
place basically.
parents should like the need to like the encourage children, and also same time they need to practice like the doing something.
Hmm.
Then the children will see like the I'm they are not only pushing me, they are doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In terms of hifz, for example, with every student that I have now, for example, in Al Itqan, and me and Yusuf will teach, the same thing, it's the same thing. If you put the same amount of hours, if you do the same amount of repetition, eventually you'll go in your head, right? So, in terms of uh, the difficult part is to find the motivation, being able to do it again and again for years and years. And I think what you're saying is important that when the children see that this is what my parents are doing, it just becomes a part of their life. Is for example, someone doesn't complain like you didn't complain every day when you used to go to work, sorry, to school, walking to school across rivers and stuff, right? That was just your normal life, right? And
yeah,
similar for the child that sees his parent uh, memorizing the Quran and doing it with them, they think that this is normal. This difficulty that I'm facing is part of the
yeah.
thing
So
life.
mainly like the what happened like the if I do what I do exactly I mentioned like the children or whoever like, people look at what you are doing,
Hmm.
not what you are saying, and the saying doing is more effective than saying it. So if your child is remember, maybe they will not do now, but later on they will come back. I saw when you like the in danger, they will remember. Okay, my dad said this, so they will remember every time.
Mm-hmm.
So you can say number one, you can say it, you can do it, and leave it. But
Mm-hmm.
still, like the what happened, like as I said, like maybe follow it. His best one is don't leave them alone. Wherever they goes, maybe you always get in touch. Try
Mm-hmm.
to maybe they are not getting touch, but you need to look for it, look
Mm-hmm.
them. So this is like a help you, like the maybe they will return back.
So in terms of, obviously now you are 60 years old.
Yeah.
So you became a father 30 years ago, right? That was
Mm.
your first, our elder sister. Now, 30 years on, after going through all of the things you did as a father, is there anything that you would think now I would do differently? Is there anything that you would change? Any kind of advice you would give to your 30-year-old self if you were to do different?
So like that, what I'm saying, like that, we did everything like that. Say for instance, if we use the opportunity we had, maybe, and if we use them, I could maybe better
What
them.
was the opportunities?
We got like the seven, like as I said, like the when in childhood and school, like a secondary school, primary school, and we didn't use it properly actually.
Mm,
Even we didn't read, just like the because of the we didn't, as I said, like the we didn't explain what is the situation doing, what of the like a study things. So at that time we didn't give more important. But now I realize that if I did at that time,
mm.
maybe I would be better than now.
So at 30, like you were, for example, you just came to this country, you had children. What things would you have done differently?
Mainly like the what maybe doing more homework.
At 30?
Yeah, so still like that. And now, if I want to like that, I don't have the opportunity.
Wait, so when you say homework, you weren't in school at 30, so
Yeah, but still like the now like the in this case like the if you do the work I do
yeah.
or the things like the you need to always study and homework.
Also, you're saying you would train further, excel in
And
education and stuff.
training and do only sometimes if do training,
Hmm.
but you need to like the I didn't get time to revision of the whatever I went to the my classes or
Mm.
I just have went to classes training and just like whatever I can
Took the bare
remember,
minimum, basically.
whatever I remember, but I
Mm.
didn't go get time to. Kept all the things like my head note, but I didn't get time to revise,
Mm.
go revisit.
So if you were to become 30 years old today, you would make sure that you get a deeper knowledge, excel basically better in your
Yeah, so
education.
like still like if you,
What type of impact do you think that would have on your like parenting?
it will be better like I say for instance what I did like that. Maybe I could do better than actually
Mm.
now.
Like what?
This is every sector like the from my professional development. Maybe I could do better.
Mm.
Yeah. So this is like the otherwise like the or also it's but again like this I see like there is not it is again destination. You know what I'm saying. So if I do maybe I won't get anything.
Mm.
But the special I can remember like the in term of English. Yeah. We had an English class, English lesson, everything, but at that time we didn't give importance.
Mm.
Now I can realize like if I get do proper way, maybe I would better position.
Mm.
But again, it's a maybe I would watch. Again, only Allah knows what
Yeah.
was that. But I got it like the some whatever I got it like sometimes is I feel like there is a Allah did favor to me. Yeah,
In what way?
in one way like the even I didn't. Most of the things I got it like before I want it actually.
Mm.
So just last 30 year, whatever happened, Everything happened like that. I didn't want this, but I got it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So every step I got it there, something like this.
Fair enough. Okay, inshallah. To be honest, this was a very good podcast. Alhamdulillah. I think I learned a lot about you.
Okay, Jazakallah khairan. Just like that, it's the best like that. Always, but one thing I like to say, if Allah help you, no one can stop you.
mm,
Yes, sometimes like that, I'm not ready to take this something, but Allah gave me.
hmm
So it was like that. It was
so you
surprise.
felt, for example, stages in your life that something, maybe a responsibility that you were thrust upon you, for example, and you didn't feel ready for it, but Allah made you
Allah
ready for
gave
it.
me, like I said before, maybe I because what happened, I got it, but after that, my need arrived. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Sometimes like that, say for instance, housing. I didn't suffer anything housing wise in here.
mm.
When I need it, like
It would be
maybe
there.
within 2 3 months I got it, or
Mm,
sometime before I got it. Like this house, I got it like that. Even I don't need it.
mm,
I need 2 bedroom. I was 2 bedroom, but I got it 3 bedroom. Then Ibrahim came,
mm.
so I got 3 bedroom before I need it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So say for instance, also even I didn't wish maybe, to come in this country,
Mm,
but finally I have to. I moved in here. Then when I came in here, so I try my best to develop it. You know what I'm saying? Like
yes,
I
yes, yes.
didn't prepare for to come in here, but when I came in, I put everything
Mm,
to like that to create it according to my need.
mm,
And it's also Allah helped me in here. Like I said, when I need job, I left job other, and I within 3 months I got something better job. You know what I'm saying? I left someone else because I was not happy. And after 2 3 months I got the job.
mm,
Yeah,
mm, mm,
and still I'm got same job, same authority but different level.
mm,
Like a 30 years nearly I'm on the local
mm,
authority. So it is give me. But before I left someone because I didn't like it.
mm.
Still I'm here. Yeah.
I think that's a big thing then, like especially in today's time, a lot of especially youngsters, like my Gen Z, for example, a lot of them are saying, for example, I don't want to have children, I don't want to get married because I don't have money, or like it's just like I'd rather have the money than the children, basically. So in that sense, and of course, Allah, نحن نرزقكم وإياهم. Allah promises that He will provide for the
Yeah. So
children as
yeah.
well as the parents and stuff. Uh, and I think I felt that as well. Having become a father and stuff, that sometimes just money comes out of nowhere, and
Yeah, but
yeah,
this is like the what happened the recently I saw like it's a hadith or something like that. One is uh the way is like the death follow you.
mm,
Yeah. So your food also follow you.
mm,
Don't need to worry. You need to do right things. If you do right things, so you don't need to worry like the your food,
yeah, yeah,
because food is something like this, like the death will find you wherever you go, whenever you go, death will find you. Your food is something like this. So
everything
you
is
don't
written
need to
for you.
worry about food,
Mm,
but you need to worry about like the your duty,
mm,
responsibilities. If you do it, you don't need to worry about this.
yeah,
If you
makes
can
sense.
try, if you try it, like there's something for earning, try it, but don't be like the. If you get minimum things, don't try to your best to improve it. Yeah, but you will get it anyway. So, but you need to worry about the like things like the uh, doing as a duty as a Muslim. You need to do the duty, and
Mm,
if you do it, you will get everything.
mm. ومن يتق الله يجعل له من
Yeah,
أمره
yeah.
يسرا.
So is like that is if you say for instance, I just always say, if you analyze this Surah Nasr, إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح. Yeah, in here like people always say like the when you'll get like the victory
Mm,
and help of Allah, do
istighfar.
istighfar. Yeah, but what I say is like I will doing opposite way. So if you do istighfar and other things, you will get victory and help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
You understand? It's vice versa. Allah give you, you do this, and if you don't get it, do that. Allah will give it to you.
yeah. Even Prophet Nuh alayhi salam, he tells his people, واستغفروا ربكم إنه كان
yeah,
غفارا يرسل السماء عليكم
yeah.
مدرارا, that do istighfar, Allah will send upon you, rain from the skies, He'll give you children, He'll give you
So they
wealth.
like they need to like that. If you don't have it, like that, because of the things you can see day after night, night after days is coming. So, but you need to stay calm, but you do to the right things.
Hmm.
You have to stay in the right, like the right path. If you stay in the right path, you will move on forward.
Mm.
Doesn't matter. Maybe someone pull you, or someone push you, or someone like in the crowd.
Mm.
But if you don't go away from right path, problem.
I think I was intending to finish the podcast, but I have one more question in my head, basically. Um, when you were going through stressful times throughout your life, or any moment you had difficulty as a parent as well, and of course, being a parent is lots of responsibility, lots of stress, sometimes sleepless nights and stuff. How did you manage to get yourself through that? How was it your kind of
So mainly like
mentality?
the one thing like that, you need to stay calm and do whatever you can,
Hmm.
and do whatever you can maybe, and also ask Allah to help you. So you do whatever you can, doesn't matter whatever you have, use it, and Allah ask
Would
Allah.
you say that you always had like a positive mindset that this stuff is,
Yeah.
very, it's gonna go, it's not gonna be here forever,
Yeah,
basically?
so like what I'm saying, like that, do whatever you can. Yeah. If you have 10 pounds, use 10 pounds
Yeah,
and seek help from Allah.
yeah.
So this is the, you need to both like the, you will get it.
خلاص. Jazakallah khairan for the
Okay.
podcast.
Barakallahu
I
feekum.
hope the brothers and sisters watching will enjoy it. And I ask that you make dua for me as well,
Okay,
inshallah.
dua for yeah, so may Allah give us everybody to ability to mainly study Quran. Is very important things
Mm,
like that. If you don't study, it means you are lost everything.
of course.
This is the
Yes.
main important. So study Quran and whatever you can. Yeah. Jazakallahu khairan.
خلاص. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.